All right, so you want a build for DZ that does good damage and feels tanky at the same time. I'm going to walk you through it. Before we get into that, let me show you the specializations. It's very important to choose your specialization depending on what you're doing in PvP. Firewall and Survivalist are the best two for PvP because they have really good armor kits. Now, for this particular situation, you want to go for Survivalist, of course. Survivalist has a armor kit that gives you 15% increase outgoing healing, which means whenever you pop that kit, it's going to continuously keep healing for a couple of seconds, which it says right here. Armor kits now repair over 5 seconds instead of instantly, but also apply to group members within 20 meters. So whoever's in your group is also going to benefit from your armor kit too, which is great for PvP, especially if you're in group or solo play. Now, Firewall has something different. It gives you a kit that allows you to repair yourself 200% armor and 200% health for over 10 seconds, which a lot of players use this particular kit to face tank players whenever they get pushed, which is great too. Now, let's get into the build. Now, the build of choices. Now, Survivalist is the best fit for this because we have a unique mask called the Catharsis. With the Catharsis, I'm going to sum it up for you. Whenever you take damage, you're going to dish out more damage, and when that orange bar completely fills up, it's going to drop a healing cloud at your feet, which you can heal yourself without wasting your armor kit, and also face tank a player when you're like in an ADS fight. With that, you also want to go with 2 pieces Walker and Harris. Going to get 5% weapon damage and 5% damage to armor. Now, with this one, this is called the Matador. This is a unicorn, man. When I tell you this backpack is hard to find, it's really hard to find, but it does drop into DZ, and you can, if you're going to be doing a lot of DZ, you definitely would eventually get it. But if you don't have it, you can go for any particular backpack that has Adrenaline Rush on it, even if it's not perfect. That's particularly your choice, however you want to do it. Companion's also a good setup to run. Most dudes like to run Companion just to gain that extra 15% damage, which is great. Now, Contractors and Fox Prayers, these are best in slot. You're going to always need this because you get multiplicative damage from these 2 particular items. They're named items, so you get 8% damage targets out of cover. You want to make sure it's rolled to armor. You also want to get the Fox Prayer, 8% damage targets out of cover. Make sure it's rolled to armor. That's what you want. You also want to find a Picard's holster, which is going to give you an additional 15% weapon damage, of course. Make sure you roll that bad boy 12% crit damage on. I'm going to show you my stats really quickly. We're sitting at 53% critical hit chance and 151 critical hit damage on a build that's sitting at 1.8 million, of course. Now, the Ouroboros is a really good gun. If you do not have this gun, don't worry about it. You can find this gun within the incursion, but if you don't have this gun, use any particular weapon of choice. You got the Lady Death, you got the St. Elmo, which is really good for PvP. It shocks players and people hate it. You also got FAMAS, and you also got the new, well, not new, but black market RPK, which everybody is gravitating to because it has damage to armor and damage targets out of cover on it. So your skill choice is your preference, but this is what you should go for. This is how you should make this build. Is entirely up to you. Your secondary weapon is your choice. I hope you enjoy.